Thank you, Marcella, and welcome everyone to Harvard University and the Kennedy School of Government. We are delighted to have you all here for this fascinating conference. As Marcella mentioned, I have been Dean of the Kennedy School for just a few months. As I have learned more about the school, about the amazing faculty, staff, and students here, I have become more impressed by the caliber of the work they're doing. And as I have talked to more people outside the school who turn to us for advice, help, expertise, I have become more impressed by the importance of the work that my colleagues are doing. In many countries, the problems confronting governments and civil society are very large. Many governments need to raise incomes, especially of their lower and middle income people. Many governments need to deliver government services and benefits more effectively. And many countries need to harness non-governmental institutions to better advance the public purpose. My colleagues and I at the Kennedy School are committed to helping solve problems of public policy and public leadership around the world. The Kennedy School is truly a global institution. 48% of our students working in master's programs come from countries outside the United States, currently representing 94 different countries. Our faculty members come from 29 countries. And most importantly, we are engaged with policymakers, public servants, and leaders in civil society around the world. We organize our work into research centers that bridge scholarship and practice to address specific problems in public policy. One of the jewels in the Kennedy School crown is the Center for International Development. Many of you know the center very well, but for those of you who are new to this group, let me briefly explain that the center comprises 3 research programs. The first of those programs is the Growth Lab, which aims to unlock the secrets to inclusive growth for countries and cities. The Growth Lab created the Atlas of Economic Complexity and launched the Atlas online at the Global Empowerment Meeting a few years ago. Anyone with access to the internet, policymakers, entrepreneurs, academics, students, and the general public, can access information online to better understand trade patterns in their country and to explore possible ways of diversifying economic activity to increase economic growth. Subnational versions of the Atlas are now available for Colombia, Mexico, and soon Peru. And I think Marcella will demonstrate some of this tomorrow. The Atlas Online has now reached almost 400,000 users from more than 200 countries and territories. The second program in CID is called Evidence for Policy Design, or EPOD, which works closely with in-country partners to implement research-led policy solutions. For example, EPOD is now in India, working closely with the Ministry of Rural Development to improve the delivery of one of the world's largest social safety net programs, reaching nearly 50 million households. Combining analytics on big data with field experiments in close collaboration with government officials, EPOD improves program accountability and performance, enabling countries to use public dollars more effectively. And the third program in CID is called Building State Capabilities. This program works to enhance the capability of public organizations to implement policy. For example, the program recently launched a free online course entitled Building Capability by Delivering Results, and is about to launch another course. This platform is creating a global community of practice for learning and collaboration. These 3 programs in the Center for International Development are united not only by the common purpose of creating shared and sustainable economic growth, but also by the common approach of using rigorous analysis to develop and evaluate different approaches to development that are sensitive to local situations. And I want to note in particular that these CID programs make innovative use of new technologies, which truly present terrific opportunities in the future for those of us who care about good governance. In the past year, the teams of people at CID have worked on 34 policy engagements in 17 countries on 5 continents. And their research has pushed back the frontiers of understanding of the challenges and opportunities facing development. Because of the very high quality and ambitious scope of the work the center is doing, the 2015 Global Think Tank Index from the University of Pennsylvania named the Center for International Development the 2nd best university think tank and 5th best international development think tank in the world. We are extremely proud of that honor. On behalf of CID and the Kennedy School, I'm lucky to have this chance to welcome you to the 8th Annual Global Empowerment Meeting. This meeting, like its 7 predecessors, brings together people from a variety of disciplines and a variety of sectors: academics, business people, people from government. Because that sort of interdisciplinary, intersectoral approach is the best way to tackle development challenges and is the core of the approach followed by the Center for International Development. You will hear tonight from 3 formidable experts. Joseph Henrich and Leslie Valiant will introduce us to the secrets of human learning, offering the distinct perspectives of computer science and evolutionary biology. And then Sendhil Mullainathan will show us how machine learning and prediction can be used to transform the way we make policy, which is a connection that I've heard from few, if any, people before now. Tomorrow we'll hear about a wide range of topics, from structural transformation to inclusive growth to migration and its role in the diffusion of knowledge, to cities as an engine for economic growth, and the revolution of big data. Before I close my remarks and let you get on with the substance of this meeting, I want to acknowledge some of CID's supporters and then some of my colleagues. We're very grateful for generous support to make this event happen from the MasterCard Foundation, represented here by Robin McClay. In addition, we especially appreciate the ongoing assistance of Alejandro Santo Domingo, who has been a longtime supporter of the Growth Lab at CID, provided early support for research and economic complexity, and gave critical support to the Colombian Atlas Online. We've also benefited greatly from the founding members of the Atlas Online, who continue to provide absolutely essential support. This group includes Investec Asset Management, BBVA, CAF, the Development Bank of Latin America, International Center for Sports Security, Mintec, the Coppel Group, and Promotora Social Mexico. In addition, we want to acknowledge the support of Bancoldex for the Colombian Atlas and the Luis Vidaguerre, the Secretary of Public Finance and Credit from Mexico, for the Mexican Atlas. Through the gracious generosity of these supporters and others, CID has been able to greatly expand its team of research fellows, dig deeper into analysis, and implement new and innovative ways to disseminate that analysis so it can have the greatest possible impact on the world. I also want to recognize the outstanding leadership of my colleagues at the Center for International Development. Ricardo Hausman directs the CID with tremendous energy, creativity, and dedication. Ricardo, as you know, is the chief economist and founder of the research department at the Inter-American Development Bank. He has also served as Minister of Planning in Venezuela, a member of the board of the Central Bank of Venezuela, and chair of the IMF World Bank Development Committee. We are very fortunate that he is now professor of the practice of economic development at the Kennedy School. Let's thank Ricardo for his great efforts. Marcelo Escobari is the executive director of CID. After 2 decades of experience in economic development, she joined us a number of years ago and has spearheaded really remarkable growth of CID. And without her work, none of this would be possible. Marcela, thank you. You know, people sometimes talk about having guilt by association. As the dean of the Kennedy School, I benefit from credit by association. I get to arrive and take advantage of having colleagues who have done so much to help the world. In addition to Ricardo and Marcela, I want to mention the colleagues, my other colleagues on the faculty who have led the many research projects and policy engagements that have made CID the thriving hub of scholarship and practice that it is. And I want to thank Rohini Panda, Asim Khwaja, Rima Hanna, Danny Roderick, Lant Pritchett, Matt Andrews, Michael Callan, Amitabh Chandra, Dan Levy, Ryan Sheely, and David Yanagazawa-Drat. These people and their colleagues on the staff and the students, they have rallied to this cause, have made a tremendous difference. And we are very grateful for your role in this. Thank you for coming again this year. I'm sorry I will not be able to join you for the full conference. Part of the role of being dean is to move on and worry about the next event that hasn't happened yet. But I hope you enjoy the next day and a half of very interesting dialogue. I hope that we are challenging both your thinking and ours in what you will see. We look forward to continued engagement with you in the years to come. And thank you very much. And Ricardo, it's all yours.